Salvete omnes, this is Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of Mega Man X. In the last episode, we defeated Chill Penguin, got his weapon the Shotgun Ice, and got the Dash Boots. So now we'll be moving along to our second stage. And the boss we'll be fighting here is Storm Eagle. His weapon is the ability to copy spells depending on how many times you've cast them in a turn. This seems to be some sort of an airport. And this is actually probably the hardest part of the stage right here. We have these platforms going around on these kind of vertical conveyor belt things, and these grabby claw things. Also, if we dash jump off the top of here, we can get a heart tank. First one we've seen so far. Those will give you a permanent 2-point upgrade to your HP. I guess I might as well check out the side ledges. Oh, suddenly lag. We have these ball and mace guys. And these fuel tanks. If you shoot them these enough, and it actually takes a surprisingly large number of shots, they'll explode. And anything any next to them will also explode. And sometimes you can find items hidden behind them that way. Like I did with that energy pickup there. Yep, I told you it was an airport. It even says Airport 1001. This is actually the first stage we're going to be finding multiple useful items that we can immediately get. Just go right along. And get zapped by electricity because I apparently don't know how to jump. Platforms here. And up there we find another item. A sub-tank. You can see it now shows up in our pause menu. Yes, I know, a lot of you probably already know what all these things do. Also, those guys apparently can't turn around. I know a lot of you guys probably already know what these things do, but this is the first game in the series, so for the benefit of anyone who doesn't. Sub-tanks basically give you extra life bars to stock. There are 4 of them in the game. You can have up to 4. At least in this game there are. A couple of the later games only give you 2, which kind of sucks. And of course it can't compare to the 9 E-tanks of most classic Mega Man games. But whenever your health is full, if you get a health pickup, it'll go to your sub-tank instead. Or whichever if you have, at least if you have an empty one anyway. And then you can use that sub-tank to refill your health. I think you actually have to use the entire thing at once in the first game, and probably the next 2 or 3, don't quote, I don't remember exactly, but I know some of the games actually let you use parts of it if you're not completely out of health. Then again, that I might just be thinking of Mega Man ZX. Maybe none of the X games actually have that. Here's some risky fuel tanks, but I think there's actually a 1-up behind these. They just take forever to blow up. There we go. There's our 1-up. See if we can maybe not die getting out now. Gotta love that dash. There's a good reason they kept it from they give you it from the start in every other game. Also, conspicuous area here. Yeah, there's definitely something up there, and you have to have the dash boots to get it. I don't think you can make that jump without dashing, or maybe some sort of tool-assisted shenanigans. But we find another Dr. Light capsule. This capsule contains an enhancement for your helmet, which will allow you to break some ceilings with the headbutt. Okay, let me say it right now. This part is useless. What they don't tell you is it actually affects your feet too, but we have these special blocks here. And, as you can demonstrate now, we can jump up below them and break them. And you can actually do that with your boots now, too. Thing is, these blocks only actually show up in, I believe, 1 other place, maybe 2. And the only other place I know of for sure that they show up is merely to hide another Dr. Light capsule. We'll get to that one, actually, relatively soon. But, seriously, I mean, granted, the helmet upgrades tend to be by far the most useless of of them in Mega Man games. Like, usually there's a foot part, a head part, an arm part, and a body part, and the foot part usually has something to do with dashing. Well, I guess we'll get to the other ones when we get to them. The point is, for the most part, the helmet ones tend to suck. Except Mega Man X4's. That one was actually really good, but that was definitely the exception, not the rule. Also, Mets and lag! Over here, ignoring those things. Actually, come to think of it, I wonder if I could just farm a little bit of health off him. I'm not completely full. Oh well. I think we're... okay. Platform, platform, and these will fall if you jump on them, as you can see. Ah, I forgot that thing was there. Good job getting hit twice by it. I think that's the only time in the game these enemies ever actually show up. And this is a weird arrangement for a boss corridor, but this is indeed the boss door. So it's time to face Storm Eagle, and it's a good thing he's another easy boss, because I am a little bit low on health. More than half still, but granted, he's not nearly as easy if you do him before getting the dash boots. Because of one attack he has in particular. Well, there's that one, too. He has a few different things he can do. He can spawn eggs like that. He can try to blow you away. And he can do this. I think you actually can outrun that without the dash boots. Just as you can... well, yeah. Yeah, I was actually doing it that way because it's easier to get shots in on him. And there's this attack. That pushes you back farther than his other one, and can very well push you off the screen. Because there's actually a bottomless pit on either side of the boss arena. Honestly, if you have the dash boots, what I'd suggest is just dashing away from him and then seeing if you can get one uncharged shot at him. You can do that dive bomb attack a lot of times in a row, too. Fortunately, it's fairly easy to dodge. Oh, and if the egg, as you saw, if he gets the egg to hit the ground, it'll spawn a bunch of mini birds. Well, you quit with the dive bomb. Oh well. Like I said, it's easy to dodge, and I can still hit him during it. So, could be worse. 1 HP left. Bye-bye, Storm Eagle, and I just realized I completely forgot to show off Chill Penguin's weapon. Well, I guess we'll have 2 weapons to show in the next episode, if I remember then. So, 2 stages down. You get Storm Tornado. Probably the best weapon in the game, actually. It has a huge hitbox, even though you can only have one on screen at a time. And it actually isn't... you know, a lot of Mega Man games that give you special weapons that the boss actually used tend to be weaker than... or the weapons tend to be weaker than the form the boss used them in. Storm Tornado is not. It's actually stronger than what Storm Eagle did because rather than push enemies around, it actually damages them. And it can really rip through some stuff, especially if it doesn't have invincibility frames. But I guess we'll probably discuss that more when we show it off. That's 2 stages down. And I think we can probably call it here. So we'll take on our 3rd Maverick next time.